just occurs to me as I'm sitting here that I'm feeling the wind. I'm hearing it. You can probably hear it too. And the sunlight on me. There's moisture in the earth from the rain recently. Smells in the air. Clouds. There's water flowing underneath the earth. Cracks. The earth's a big magnet. The oceans, everything is in this interconnectedness that probably beyond our ability to know or perceive, it all lines up with a single thrust, perhaps. This stick that I'm holding. Right now, my spine is responsible for holding me up straight, in a way, along with many other components of my body that are serving that. When things affect my spine, they then affect other parts of my body, and vice versa. So the condition of my spine, as you see in yoga, is so very, very important. It's the essential in creating that oneness and union. But a person's life, you could say, also has a spine. And it's like a current. Just like your spine, in a sense, it has a current that flows through it. Who knows? Maybe it's the current and the healthiness of that current that's truly holding everything up. Our lives are like stories. Everybody's story is a little bit different. And if you were to create a dramatic play, which for the most part usually has a beginning, middle, and end, and there's a thrust through it that everything sort of lines up with and ends up to that end, you could call that the spine of that play or story. And within that, there are the characters, you and your story, and the other people involved. Each character, in a way, has this undercurrent. And in dramatic plays, what creates the drama is the conflict of those spines which reflect what people want. And maybe in a sense we all want to be loved. So we're always trying in one way to get that love that we're not getting, and that creates drama and conflict. But in a sense, they're serving the wrong spine. They're serving the spine of their need, of their hungry ghost. They've forgotten who they are. And so they're, in a sense, aligning, or their fault spine is owning them and forcing them to align with that to serve their hungry ghost or need. So many times when I'm working with somebody for a few days, Vision Quest or on a retreat in the circle, in the beginning I'm trying to help to free all those hungry ghosts, to, in a sense, remove all those things that pull on your spine and distort it so that it serves the wrong purpose. I call this clearing the way, or Hanta-yo. And Hanta's sitting over there now in the shade. So first we have to clear the way to that essential spine that when you live in the circle of who you are. What's that mean? You as the circle, spacious, here, presence, being. When you live at the center of that, what is it? What is your uniqueness as it comes through that essential being that's the same for everybody? But when it comes into this world where we see things, we feel things, we hear things, and we each have a quality, what's its uniqueness? What's the unique expression of that spine? So I have many sticks here that are different expressions. It's not about being straight like your spine. It's an expression of life through you. So I have people pick up sticks usually that they like. They like it because this spine is something that you love, something that you like, something that probably you already do, but you don't even realize it. And because you're so busy devaluing and doubting your worth that you can't touch and know this true spine of you. It can have so many forms, you can see. So, this spine is what comes into the world through you. It's gifted to you first, and then it comes through you into the world. So it's like these plants. This is Mormon's tea. It already has a very unique quality just in the way that it looks. The straightness, the green, the little pieces that come together. So just in its visual, what it gives to the world is very different than this lemon verbena. How different these express themselves in their uniqueness. Now, the other thing about the uniquenesses of this one is that it's good for your lungs. It helps to clear them. It also is noted for raising blood pressure, which can be good in the right instances when people are doing surgery and your blood pressure drops. So in this just being what it is, it brings something into the world effortlessly and naturally in the way that it looks, the way that it smells, in its all these other properties, and it's not trying to do that. This one, oh, this one has such a wonderful, smell. It's like a wonderful, subtle little flower smell, almost sage-like. And when it rains, and then the sun comes out, and the odors, and one of the odors, this comes into the air. It gifts the world with that scent, like flowers gifted with their beauty and their odor and their presence. So this spine that is the thrust through your life, that when you live in the center of the circle of who you are, begins with just being there, here. But as you move, as you express yourself, it has a unique quality, just like these plants and everything else does. Part of my spine expresses itself when I'm with people and I'm just quiet. Because a component. And you could have different ways of describing that undercurrent or spine. I once had a stick very much like this, and I'll have people write on them so they know what that spine is, but one of mine was to give peace. So as I'm just being this quiet that I am, one of the components that brings into the world to other people is peace. This peace exudes from me, exudes from the circle, so to speak. So in giving it, I must first be it. To give peace, you must be peace. But there are many different ways that bringing peace to people expresses itself. Sometimes I must invoke what's in them that is not peaceful in order for the peace to come. So this giving of peace is at the same time a receiving of peace. So perhaps it is as simple as to be peace. So everything in my life needs to line up with that. If I'm pushing things out of the circle, thinking that I'm going to have peace and I have less peace, if I'm controlling, if I'm always reacting, if I'm judging, if I'm criticizing, if I'm doing things that destroy my peace, I've moved away from this. I've drifted from this spine of my life. So to know what this is, so a person, another quality that could be mine, but it's just another form of it, of giving peace, is you have to be able to listen. What I do, you have to listen. So when you listen, it's like you're the circle for that person. So maybe at that moment, the aspect of my spine of giving peace is to be the listening. And maybe people who are, that's what they do, no matter where they go, what their job is, they're always doing something that involves listening and then helping. So they're listening and then they're helping. But the essence of it is they're a good listener. They're good at being the circle for other people. But to be, let's let this, to be the listening, looks like an ear almost. To be the listening, as that being of listening, I must first listen here to my own beingness. I must be a loving listening to all the movements in the circle. So no matter what this spine is that you bring into the world, first you are that. And then, as it moves into the world, it becomes its own uniqueness, gift to the world. So maybe somebody who's a musician. I once had a person, and they said that they were a musician, and they had recently gone to a church, and the pastor had gotten all done talking, and everybody was restless and ready to go and everything, and she got up. I think she played the guitar. And she played the guitar, and everybody relaxed and settled down and sort of flowed into this, the rhythm, the music. That the music, her playing of the music, brought something to the people that carried them to a place. So maybe, in her sense, she's bringing harmony, and to bring it, she must be it. To be the harmony that brings peace. So be careful that whatever you're doing in your life that is out of harmony, a cacophony, so to speak, bring it back into harmony. How do you bring it back into harmony? As the circle to what is out of harmony, as love. So this spine of my life, it's as if it does actually grow out of this center, effortlessly, naturally, into humanity, because most of our relationship in the world has to do with humanity or plants or animals. So what are we bringing into the world? What is this undercurrent that everything in your life falls in line with and serves? So know what you are serving and give your life to that.